When Disney acquired Star Wars franchise, it was clear that we'll be getting a lot of Star Wars related stuff. After the internationally successful The Force Awakens, this December we'll see Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Let's take a look at what we know about the movie so far and what it could mean for video games.
Rogue One is set between Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith and Episode 4 A New Hope. The official plot description doesn't reveal much, but it is as follows. A band of Resistance fighters unite for a daring mission to steal the Death Star plans. As you probably remember, the Episode 4 begins with Princess Leia trying to deliver the Death Star plans to the Rebellion, so Rogue One will directly precede the events of A New Hope. Let's start with the basics first. The title itself most probably refers to X-Wing pilots, the so-called Rogue Squadron. If you think about the genre of the movie, you could probably treat Rogue One as a heist movie to a certain extent. However, Kiri Hart from Lucasfilm described it as a period piece. On the other hand, Gareth Edwards calls Rogue One a war movie. Does this mean that we might get a space-placed Private Ryan? Will we encounter any characters we know from the movies? It is very likely. First of all, there has been a confirmation that Darth Vader will appear in the movie, and it's obvious that he has to be voiced by James Earl Jones, isn't it? Recently, new LEGO sets were revealed, and fans spotted Boba Fett's ship, Slave One, featured as part of LEGOs related to Rogue One. So, yay for more villains, I guess. It is also possible that we might see Max von Sydow's character from the 7th episode. Well, actually the younger version of his character. He briefly appeared in The Force Awakens, and during his conversation with Poe Dameron, Lor San Tekka says that he will always consider General Organa to be royalty, which means he knew her even from before the war with the Empire. Lots of maybes here, but we should never say never. Oh, and there's a rumor that Jabba the Hutt may appear in the movie. So, maybe a cameo from Han Solo as well, huh?
So yeah, most probably we'll be getting a war movie packed with sheer action with no Force-sensitive characters involved. What does this mean for us, gamers?
A long time ago, in our galaxy actually, there were games from the X-Wing series that started in 1993, Rogue Squadron series that began in 1998, and Starfighter series that launched in 2001. What do they have in common? Well, these were basically space simulators in which we took control of the iconic starships and we took part in space skirmishes. These days, space simulators are not that popular due to a lessening demand on this kind of game. Although, there is Star Citizen and there is Elite Dangerous. Anyway, there are still armies of fans who would love to take control of an X-Wing and storm through a fleet of TIE fighters. Would it be possible? Well, it's definitely not impossible. So what flying-related games do we have in the Star Wars franchise these days? Well, there is Star Wars Battlefront. However, Battlefront is an arcade game, so flying in it is pretty easy. No one tried to make a space simulator, just something small that would work within the gameplay idea that is present in Battlefront. We don't yet have space battles because the Fighter Squadron mode takes place close to the planet's surface, but I'm not losing hope yet. There are still 4 DLCs to come, with the third one being called Death Star. If that's not a good setting for space battles, I don't know what is. However, Battlefront is not exactly X-Wing or TIE Fighter game from the series that we loved so much in the 90s. We adored these games for being complicated simulators with tons of management options regarding your weaponry, your shields, or your engines, for example. The campaign was long, and you could feel Star Wars pouring out of the game that was beautiful for that time. And yeah, it was damn hard, but no one actually saw that as a downside. I believe that EA is capable of doing a proper space simulator like X-Wing was, although there is a lot of crap going from the gamers towards them. And actually, proper games like X-Wing series is what I hope for in the nearest future. Rogue One is a film that focuses solely on the regular people with no Jedi powers, so I really hope that maybe we can expect lots of action and awesome space battles. As Uncle Ben once said to Peter Parker, with awesome space battles comes a great chance for space sim, or something along that line.
So these are all the predictions that we found interesting regarding Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Also remember that EA has the license for Star Wars games for the following 10 years, so you know who to bug for that X-Wing fighter kind of game. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more from GamePressure.com.